हरे कृष्णा कुणाल प्रभु। हेलो।
हरे कृष्णा। आवाज आ रहा है ना मेरा क्लियर? आप लोगों का आवाज नहीं आ रहा है। हरे कृष्णा, बोलिए, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
हाँ प्रभु जी, आ रहा है आपका आवाज ना?
हाँ, ओके ओके, ठीक है ठीक। मुझे आपका नहीं आ रहा था तो समझ नहीं आया। ठीक,
नहीं नहीं प्रभु जी, मैं बाहर हूँ तो मैं वीडियो और ऑडियो ऑफ रख रहा हूँ, ठीक है?
नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम।
मैं बस सुन रहा हूँ आपको।
यस यस यस, नो प्रॉब्लम। ये थोड़ा दो मोबाइल का कैमरा अच्छा है इसलिए मोबाइल से लॉगिन किया।
अच्छा अच्छा प्रभु जी।
दो लॉगिन। आप बाहर रह के भी सुन रहे हैं, आपका डेडिकेशन अच्छा है। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सॉरी, इतने दिनों से मैं भी बिजी था।
नहीं
बिजी
नहीं
और
कोई बात नहीं प्रभु जी।
पहली
कोई
बात
बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं प्रभु जी।
पहली बात तो लेजी
कोई
था,
बात नहीं।
busy भी था, इसलिए we couldn't have class, and that too in Purushottam month, such an important month, we couldn't have the class. So sorry for that.
हाँ हाँ, नहीं नहीं कोई बात नहीं प्रभु जी।
So we can start today with chanting. कुणाल
यस।
प्रो का ऑडियो कनेक्ट नहीं हुआ है।
हाँ आई थिंक सो, वो मैंने आवाज लगाई थी लेकिन उनका कुछ रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया, तो आई थिंक शायद नेटवर्क इशू है उनका।
नहीं, वीडियो कनेक्ट हो गया, उनको ऑडियो कनेक्ट करने के लिए बोलना पड़ेगा। उनको व्हाट्सएप में मैसेज कर दो कि ऑडियो डिस्कनेक्ट करके कनेक्ट करे वापस। हाँ,
अच्छा प्रभु
कनेक्टिंग
जी, अभी बोल।
ऑडियो हो रहा है, हो रहा है, हो गया हो गया।
अच्छा
नहीं,
अच्छा।
कनेक्टिंग नहीं हुआ अभी तक, नहीं हुआ। कनेक्टिंग बोला बट हुआ नहीं। ठीक है, उनको
ओके
मैसेज
ओके,
व्हाट्सएप में।
ठीक है प्रभु जी।
ओके, वी कैन स्टार्ट विद वन राउंड चैंटिंग।
हाँ
जय श्री
ओके
कृष्ण
ब्रो।
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे,
राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण,
हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare means Radharani, Krishna is Krishna. So holy name is very merciful on us. Lord has manifested himself in form of his holy name. So one has to just lovingly call Lord. That's the only demand Lord makes, that you concentratedly, focusedly, heartfully call his holy name, and rest of the things will be taken care by Lord, and all the journey ahead will be very miraculous, spiritually nourishing, and eternally happiness producing journey. So the only thing we need to do is regularly chant with full heart attention and as much focus as possible from our side. So there are no other hard and fast processes in this age, especially in Kali Yuga. Like doing a lot of austerities, going to jungle, doing meditation for thousands of years, and building big temples, doing yajna, big yajnas, or doing yogasanas to control the mind. So Lord mercifully has put all his energies into his holy name. So at least one, as a living entity who is continuously every moment dependent on Lord, we should try to take out some time at least in a day for the Lord who has given us life, time, energy, resources, facilities, intelligence, and family, whatever it is, job, business, whatever, everything has been given by Lord. Everything is maintained by Lord. and everything is controlled by Lord in past, present, and future also, including time. So for a person who has given us time, it's very important that we give him some time at least. Should give whole life, but at least some time we should try to give to him. Okay, that to express our gratitude, so that our life has some meaning. Otherwise, entire life is spent for running after things which we have to anyways leave at the time of death. All the things which person generally runs after is things which he has to leave, or things either the things leave him or he has to leave the things. There's only two end results. But that's what is called Maya. Maya means we run after things, we give our life, time, energy behind things, which anyways we have to quit someday. Either the thing quits us, person quits us, or we have to quit the person, including our body. So, what to speak of extended relationships? But while we are in the relationship, while we are in the world, we have to do those duties in a way that's pleasing to Lord. Otherwise, we'll create more disturbance in the society and with other souls whom we are living with. So we should create a conducive environment for them to stay peacefully materially, so that they also can have a peaceful mind available to think about spiritual life. That's the only reason we have to take care of them, love them, because they are also part of God only, not independent of God. One love soon turns into either lust or soon turns into hatred. If you love somebody without considering his or her relationship with God, then the outcome is lust or hatred. Or third option is we lose the relationship after either one dies. So all these things are temporary, but that doesn't mean we don't do our duties and we just falsely love that person. We have to genuinely love that person as a part and parcel of God, amsha of God is solely sitting inside that every person. We have to love every person, but we don't have capacity. So we have a small family set up so that we express our love, how we love God's children. God's children, how are we loving God's children? We manifest that in our family. So then God gets an idea that okay, you can love his children and respect all children, but your capacity is to love only few children. So you love your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, your brother, your mother, your father. You express your love towards God's children through this family. So we have to love genuinely this family also, but while considering their relationship with God. Otherwise, everything is temporary, or before the relationship breaks, we either get distress or either get into illusion that this is eternal life. So there are no benefit as such seeing even so-called relationship independent of God, and there is no gain also that quitting the relationship, not staying in relation to Lord. So both ways, both are extremes, and generally living entities try to go to extremes. It's easy to go to extremes. It's difficult to stay in between. So in between platform is what living entities are part and parcel of God. Certain living entities are in my relationships around me as a brother, wife, children, or whatever, mother, father, or even friends. So those are the ones whom I'm in touch with. All are sons of God, but these are the ones whom I'm in touch with, and I should express my love towards God's children through my family, my friends who are around me. Then one becomes peaceful at heart, even though relationship goes well or not goes well, because your perspective is right. Then everything else is also taken care well. And even if something happens, relationships are lost or stress comes or happiness comes, you'll not get covered by pride in happiness, and you'll not get covered by stress and depression in distress, because you are seeing it in eternal connection to Lord, and you know well that material world is not a permanent place to stay, and like waves toss us up and down. Material world, Sukh and Dukh is part of like waves. Sometimes Sukh waves take you up, sometimes Dukh waves take you down. but my eternal relationship, I'm seeing them in relation to Krishna. So your stability of mind will be there, and that what will enhance your performance in your material stability also. And only stable person can actually do something materially also good. Spiritually to stability is must, but materially also somebody has to have long-lasting, stable relationships. One has to be stable in mind and peaceful in mind. Otherwise, not easy to handle relationships, especially in current age when we are not brought up in a good culture. Okay, so that's why Lord has manifested Himself in holy name. So one should take out time to lovingly call out Lord with full focus. And then Lord will reveal all the things necessary for our material life, spiritual life in a way that we come to eternal happiness along with our family. So that's why it's very important to continuously make God as center of our heart first, then family, and then whatever extended family, all everything. And at least while chanting, it's fully we should give heart to Krishna. So then we get taste of giving heart to Krishna, and then we extend that taste by including Krishna in our relationships and friends, job, seeing this world, everything. Okay. So first of all, thank you for coming again, and sorry for long delay. Purushottam Mas, we should have had more classes, but due to some reason, my laziness and somehow some services came of that animation channel. We have to stabilize soon, so it's going well. At least views are going well currently. So that's the reason I couldn't do it. So somehow Purushottam Mas is very important. We start with prayers first, then we can discuss. Just give me 1 second. One phone call came. I had to just message him that I'm in class, senior call. Krishna. Yeah. So we start with prayers. We start with prayers. You're able to hear? आवाज आ रहा है ना आपको?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सर्वगणाधिनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदा सर्वनामिता श्री विशाखामितां शरणो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरवसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So thank you very much for coming. So Purushottam Mass, very special Mass. So generally, short story will hear how Purushottam Mass got his name Purushottam, Adhik Mass, or many various names are there. So previously Adhik Mas was not considered so valuable because something extra coming in. So that's why we see not many rituals are done in this Adhik Mas. So Adhik Mas, the personification of Adhik Mas was very displeased because he was considered an extra month and everybody was neglecting. No, not many festivals or not many activities, no puja and all this thing doesn't take place in this Mas. So then he goes to Vishnu. Then Vishnu thinks, अरे okay, ये serious मामला लग रहा है इनको थोड़ा rejected, थोड़ा neglect कर रहे हैं सब लोग इस मास को, अधिक मास को थोड़ा encourage नहीं करते, मतलब they are finding it difficult to give proper respect to this mass. So then Vishnu says that let's go to Krishna, Golok Vrindavan, and then he takes Adhik Mas personified, the deity of Adhik Mas, the person, and Vishnu goes to Krishna to go Vrindavan. Then Krishna hears, okay, he is neglected, nobody likes the Adhik Mas, and no many much pious activities are not happening here, no big festivals, nothing. So, and he is called by various names also, which are not so good to hear. So everybody is calling him with bad names, Adhik Mas. Then Krishna has compassion that are and Krishna says that I will give my name to this month. So that's how this month gets named Purushottam. So now you are most neglected, most unwanted amongst all other months. So now you will be the topmost glorious month in this entire system of months. Every month has name. So Purushottam Mas is like Krishna's own name is given to the most neglected month. So the many lessons are there in this, that anybody who is most unqualified also gets in touch with Krishna, gets most qualified. And recent, like this Purushottam Mas, first it was neglected by everyone almost. Those who are very pious and doing all good activities, they were also neglecting. And but then he went to Krishna, and then he is one of topmost glorious month. So people wait, especially devotees wait for this month to come also, because any activity Kartik is best amongst the month, and on whatever activity you do in Kartik, they are multiplied tens and hundreds times. You will get credit in Purushottam Mas. But spiritual activities, this month is exclusively for spiritual activities. You cannot do other activities, even Vedic activities. Most of them, they are not so much encouraged like other times. That's why in this month you will not see many other activities going on. But for spiritual, that's why one sense it may be bad that no activities take place in this month. But another sense, because there are no activities, now you can do exclusive spiritual activities in this month. That's why anybody does Vishnu worship or anything to Vishnu, so you'll get much credit in this month. So once in 3 years, this comes due to every month, every year there is a lag of some few days, 10 days or so. Around 10 days lag behind lunar and solar. Details are there. I also don't know clearly, but there are details in calendar of solar calendar and lunar calendar. So there is lag of 10 days. So to fit in that 10 days, after 3 years, 10 days into 3 becomes 30. So 30 days we have to adjust somewhere in between. So this comes as an extra month to adjust that lag between this. Yeah. So that's why any activity done in this month is very, very important, especially spiritually. And most important activity is chanting. So many devotees increase their rounds for chanting. Some fast from food, they take only fruits and water for entire month. So many things people do, austerity. But all this thing is for Lord Krishna. So for pleasure of Krishna. So point here is anything comes in touch with Krishna, he has purification effect, and not only purification but glorification effect. So that person, that thing, or whatever comes in contact with Krishna is glorified, purified, everything is done for that particular thing or a person. Okay. So now we'll start with our what to say this Bhagavad Gita reading. So kindly try to do some activity, extra little austerity, little extra activity in this month, and take advantage of this month fully. So I think we covered Preface is it? स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ. We covered preface, is it?
Yes, Prabhuji. Last time
We read this.
I think we did that together. Yeah, we read this.
Okay. So,
yeah.
This is last paragraph. We read, no?
Yes, we read. Yes.
Okay. So we start the next one. So now introduction. So there are meaning of prayers which we learn. You know. So first prayer meaning we read before, and then second line is this Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam. So we'll read again the first, like we chanted prayers. Na? Om Agyanti Nirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuru Muditanyena Tasmai Shri Guru Vena. Uska meaning है, I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. And the second line is Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishnam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamniyam Dadati Sopadanti. So when will Srila Rupa Goswami? So Rupa Goswami Prabhupada is disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So 6 Goswamis are there. One of the prominent Goswamis is Srila Rupa Goswami. So our parampara is also called as Rupa Anuga. Rupa matlab Rupa Goswami, Anuga matlab followers. So we are also called as followers of Rupa Goswami, because all the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami documented it, systematically organized and written many books about it, especially Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, about how to perform the process in our parampara. So when will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, Prabhupada matlab one who has at Prabhu's lotus feet, that's why A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So devotees are always at feet of Lord. So one who achieves that highest destination is called Prabhupada, respected with that name. So who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya. Give me shelter under his lotus feet. So we are praying to Rupa Goswami to give me shelter. Why? Because he has established within this material world the mission of Lord Chaitanya. And so we ask him shelter. Then we pray with this Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Vatapadakamnam Kam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Savana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Savanamalita Shri Vishakham Vitam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, so our spiritual masters, and unto the feet of Matlab Prabhupada also here, and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of again Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami. So Rupa and Sanatan are the two most important acharyas whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught all his teachings and asked them to re-establish Vrindavan temples. So all the Vrindavan temples, most prominent Vrindavan temples which you see today, are re-established by these two brothers, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. And all the Vaishnava culture, revolution, glory of Vaishnava parampara is revolutionized by the teachings of Mahaprabhu, documented and presented well by these two brothers, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They both were brothers. Big ministers in assembly of Nawab Hussain Shah, one of the topmost leader in Bengal and during 500 years back. So they were ministers, but they quit everything, ran away from the kingdom and joined Chaitanya Mahaprabhu full-time, serving him in Vrindavan, mostly staying in Vrindavan and writing books and re-establishing temples in Vrindavan. So as well as Raghunath Das Goswami. So the 6 Goswamis, as I said now, we take those names. So 6 Goswamis are very common. So Raghunath Das Goswami and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami. Okay, so this all 6 Goswamis done a marvelous job in seva, not job, seva, for establishing the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement properly according to Shastric conclusions and establishing the highest goal of human life, that is Krishna Prem. Madhurya Prem or Sakya Prem or Vatsalya Prem. So till then it was hidden from the world, not so obvious, very few devotees knew. But these are the six Goswamis who gave even the topmost Madhurya Prem, or loving love of gopis and Krishna. They established a supreme truth and supreme level a jiva can achieve to in assisting those pastimes. So they documented, presented, and preached all over India this time. So that's why many people in Manipur and Assam also and Odisha and Bengal became devotees just because of massive preaching of this six Goswamis teaching and their disciples. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, which is Krishna and Balaram, along with Advaita Acharya, which is Mahavishnu's avatar, Gadadhar, which is like Radharani, and Srivas Thakur is like Narad Muni, who is devotee. So this is the internal energy of Lord. This is the expansion avatar of Lord, which is Mahavishnu. And Lord Nityananda is first expansion, Balaram. So Panchatattva establishes entire existence in one sense. Lord himself, as Krishna Chaitanya here, is Lord himself. Then Lord's first expansion, own expansion as Balaram or Nityananda. Then Lord's secondary expansion as Mahavishnu, who creates this material world also. And is due to him this material world gets into existence. So these three are Lord. These three are Lord. Okay, Vishnu only. But there is gradation. This is Swayam Krishna. And Krishna expands into Nityananda Prabhu. Secondary expansion into Mahavishnu, who is responsible for creating this material. And now comes energy. This is internal energy. Gadadhar means like Radharani. Is Radharani internal energy of Lord. Then Srivas Thakur is represented by Narad Muni, who is devotee of Lord. So he is also energy, that is Jivatma, who is devotee of Lord. So here, that's why we call the name of Panchatattva. Panchatattva means entire existence is covered. Okay, Lord's all expansions in short, and Lord's internal energy and Jivatma, we all living entities. So Narad Muni is topmost of Jivatma because of him being pure devotee of Lord. And then we call other associates also. So we include all other associates also. That's why Panchatattva mantra is like very powerful mantra, and we chant that before chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Okay, so that's why we offer obeisances to Panchatattva. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna along with their associate Sri Lalita and Vishaka. Okay, so we are coming very much in line and followers of Radharani, because for simple reason we don't know how to serve Krishna, and there is no one in entire existence who know better how to serve Krishna better than Radharani. There is only one person who knows topmost how to serve Krishna. That's Radharani. So we all follow Radharani's teachings, and most of these acharyas, Srila Rupa Goswami and all, few of these acharyas are actually Manjaris. Manjaris means what? See, here we have mentioned Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna along with their associate. Who is their associate? Lalita and Vishaka. So Manjaris are the gopis who assist Lalita and Vishaka in their service to Radharani, in Radharani's service to Krishna. So like that line goes. Radharani serves Krishna, but Radharani is assisted by Lalita, Vishaka and other prominent Ashtasakis. And Ashtasakis are assisted by their Manjaris. Manjaris mean very, very young girl. Very not may not be even achieve puberty. Very small girls before purity. So they assist Lalita Vishaka. Lalita Vishaka assist Radharani, and Radharani serves Krishna. So it's like line. So all this, most of these acharyas, if we see six Goswamis, they are Manjaris. Manjaris matlab they are assisting some of the gopis in their service to Radharani. So ultimately we are under Radharani. So we are also we can say we are Radharani's party, or we are under Radharani's care or direction, and that's the best direction, because Radharani knows best how to serve Krishna. That's why we offer obeisances to see Radharani and Krishna along with their associate. So associate is very important, because this position is fixed. Nobody can take position of Radharani. No jiva can take place position of Radharani. No jiva can take place of Lalita and Vishaka. But we can take place of their assistants. Okay, so that's the topmost any jiva can reach. So we pray to them that we can assist them in their service to Radharani, and Radharani is already serving Krishna the best. That's why we become Das, Das, Anu, Das. So generally material world concept is boss, boss, Anu, boss means success. Spiritual world is ulta. We have to be Das, Das, Anu, Das. Further you go down the line, more you are considered great. You are assisting the assistant of Krishna, assistant of Krishna, assistant of Krishna, assistant of Krishna. So our thought process is that exactly ulta. So it's sometimes very difficult to digest. And but even if you want to be boss and boss, the topmost boss is Radharani, and that position has already been taken, and nobody can take that position. So, anyways, practically you cannot be boss in spiritual world. So sometimes our material conception extend to spiritual world also. That I want to be boss there, I want to be boss in material world, and I want to be boss in spiritual world also. So that will not happen. We have to be das always, and more das and das we become, we are considered more successful. It's more pleasing to Krishna. Then these are the prayers. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Anta Radha Kanda. So these prayers to Krishna. Oh my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed and source of creation. You are the master of gopis and lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So sometimes we love Krishna because one of the reasons is Krishna loves Radharani. So that's why we love Krishna. And Radharani wants to serve Krishna, and Radharani's topmost goal and object of love, supreme love is Krishna. That's why we love Krishna. Sometimes we love Krishna because of that, not because he's just creation, God, and very big person. Because Radharani loves Krishna most, we love Radharani. So that attitude also we sometimes have. Otherwise, we have nothing to do with Krishna much. Because Radharani loves Krishna, we love him. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So this is Krishna's prayer. Very simple. So this is prayer to Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vishwamanusute Devi, Pranamami Hari. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold. Molten gold color, no? Radharani's body is like molten gold color. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body also is like molten gold color because it's color of Radharani. So it's Krishna covered by Radharani becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna covered by Radharani's mood internally and Radharani's body externally is what becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, and who is Queen of Vrindavana? Radharani is Queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Vishwamanu. Radharani's father's name is Vishwamanu, King Vishwamanu. And you are very dear to Lord Krishna. This is the prayers of Radharani. And these are prayer to all the Vaishnavas. Mancha kalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyavachya patitana pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas, devotees of Lord. So there are many countless number of Vaishnavas who are serving God. After Radharani there are gopis, after gopis there are manjaris, then manjaris have their assistant, lot of long line. And everybody is serving Krishna. So they can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and they fulfill the desires of everyone like desire trees. And they are full of compassion for fallen souls. Fallen souls means we ourselves. So we are praying to all the Vaishnava acharyas here, then we are praying to Radharani here, then Krishna here, then all the acharyas here. So we all are going up the line. So the mood of humility is expressed. So one of the very important aspect while considering any knowledge, you take material knowledge or spiritual knowledge is, unless we understand that we are below knowledge, we cannot receive knowledge properly. Sometimes we have attitude like, even I had attitude before that, okay, now I'll read this book and I'll get more knowledge, then I'll show how much knowledge I have. So it's like you're keeping the book below you and you will get something out of it. So this is very wrong attitude. You should put book above you and you should beg for knowledge. Then it's proper attitude for getting knowledge. It's not that कि मैं अभी ये book पढ़ूंगा और नया information निकालूंगा. Then you don't get actual knowledge. The subtle knowledge will not be revealed to you. That's why many people read shastras with wrong attitude and they get wrong conclusion. But they can establish their conclusion very intellectually. That's why you find hundreds of people speaking about spirituality. YouTube में देखो, इधर देखो, सब लोग कुछ ना कुछ बोलते रहते हैं, and they establish very intellectually also, and they quote Shastra also. Very few quote Shastra, but some of them might quote Shastra also. And we might look, "Arey, ye barabar lag raha hai." But he has learned Shastra through wrong attitude. Here you see what are the prayers. We are praying from all these prayers are like sign of humility. We are considering ourselves fallen soul. You see here, fallen soul. And then we are requesting all the acharyas and Radharani and this thing to reveal us this knowledge. So that's why before every class and all, we try to pray this so that our attitude is set. My position is set. I am fallen soul. Once you know that, then you are ready for receiving knowledge. If you think that I am intelligent, I am this, that, now I'll read Shastra also and I'll try to find out the topmost thing in that, and I will become the topmost person spiritually also. This attitude will not reveal the secret message of Shastra, although we might study the same Bhagavad Gita. That is one of the reasons so many versions of Bhagavad Gita come out. So many commentaries come out, and one commentary even in fact might contradict another commentary. So once you have this attitude, you will come across one commentary only. Details might vary of understanding, but principle will be one only. You will clearly see Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and I am servant of Krishna and I have to serve Krishna. Both simple fact about it. But because of not having right attitude, many people get misled even though they are intellectual. Intellectual doesn't mean that he is actually spiritually intellectual. Spiritually intellectual means one has to be humble. Humility is first sign of intelligence, actually true intelligence. Because he intelligent person really understands कि अरे मेरा position क्या है. I am so much fallen. I am already in ignorance. I don't have control over my own body only. What I will understand the universe, God, and I will become topmost devotee. So he is intelligent because he understands his position. If he doesn't understand his position, he might be intelligent in terms of memory. He can quote much, he can be charismatic, no matter what he all other intelligence he has. But he doesn't have the foundational intelligence that he is fallen soul. He is not elevated soul. So that's where we have to set right our attitude and start only and beg for knowledge to be revealed on us. So then we say this, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasati Gaur Bhakta. So like we saw, Lord Krishna himself, then his first expansion, then his secondary expansion, Mahavishnu, then Srivasadi, Srivas is his devotee, Gadadhar is Radharani, Srivas is devotee like Naruni, and other devotees, Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivas, and all others in the line of devotion. See, this line is very important. We have to be always in the line of devotion. We can't produce our own self-manufactured devotion. Very rare. You are not pure devotees. Like they come directly, they don't get affected by anything in this material world, and they can have their own devotion. But that's very rare and very unique cases in history. We should always be in line of devotees. Even such elevated devotees also accept spiritual master. Krishna himself as a god came and accepted spiritual master's line, Sandipani Muni. So he set an example that you might be God yourself, but you have to come in line of devotees. This line of devotees is very important for us. The line is by under blessing of Srila Prabhupada, and his disciples are carrying out the further line now. His disciples. Then we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. ठीक है. इसमें कोई डाउट किसी को? Any question or doubt till now? As we go ahead. Okay, you can go ahead. We'll read this one paragraph, then we can stop maybe or discuss or two. Okay, we'll read at least one paragraph. Somebody will read? Who wants to read? कोई पढ़ना चाहे this paragraph?
I can read.
Yes.
Bhagavad Gita is also known as Gita Upanishad. It is the essence of Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in Vedic culture. Of course, there are many commentaries in English on the Bhagavad Gita, and one may question the necessity for another one. This present edition can be explained in the following way. Recently, an American lady asked me to recommend an English translation of Bhagavad Gita. Of course, in America, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English. But as far as I have seen, not only in America but also in India, none of them can be strictly said to be authoritative because in almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinions without touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Yeah, so this is very important. Like we saw in preface also, what so it's a very important book because it's Upanishad also. Upanishad means essence of all the Vedas. Vedas has all the knowledge: what to eat, when to sleep, when to get up, which type of all these things, rules and regulations, which rituals, which sacrifice for getting to heaven, what to be done if you do some sinful activity, what to be done. All these Veda and Puranas have all unlimited things. Ved means basically knowledge, and knowledge is like almost unlimited. Of course, material world knowledge is limited, but for us, small jiva, it becomes unlimited. But Upanishad means what? What is the philosophy of all the Veda? What is the philosophical understanding of this world? So that is in Upanishad. Okay, so that's why Gita is also called Gita Upanishad. And the glory of this Upanishad is many Upanishads are not directly coming out from mouth of Lord. Also, of course, everything comes from breathing of Lord. But here, this Upanishad is Lord personally present and narrating the Upanishad. That is Gita Upanishad. That's why it has a special role and unique position amongst all other scriptures, Bhagavad Gita. Because it's direct. Bhagavad means what? God. And Gita means song, song of God. So directly coming out from mouth of Krishna, directly coming out from God's mouth. So then, if it is so important, why is there so much confusion and why so many another commentary is required? Already Bhagavad Gita is given, so just accept the teachings and go ahead. So even here we can see, even if God speaks, you don't have right attitude, you will mess up with God's message also. That's why Prabhupada is saying why there is another need of commentary. This present need of present edition is can be explained in this way. Why? Because as far as I have seen, not only in America but also in India, none of them are strictly said to be authoritative. Authoritative means what? Line of devotion, like we say here, in line of devotion. All others in line of devotion. We saw in the prayers. So all these commentaries, you take any commentary and ask who is your guru. They might not, they've struggled hard to find their own guru also. The person who has written commentary in the Gita, he might not even have his own guru, most of them. And you ask which, then who was your guru's guru, guru's guru, guru's guru. They'll not find, very difficult to trace. Very few people have that. So that's why many people get filtered there only. Any spiritual organization, if it doesn't have line of gurus going till Krishna, then how can you know that actually the knowledge which Krishna wants us to know is been passed down the line? Because anybody can think, अरे गीता में ये बताया तो ये ऐसा हो सकता है, कोई और बोलेगा वैसे हो सकता है. Who will be authority to sanction what actually God wants us to say? So that's why in preface we saw in detail like how people speculate about Gita and put their own ways. Almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinions. Okay, not opinion of Krishna. He has used Krishna and expressing his own opinions to establish his own philosophy. So in one sense, the ahankar is there that put himself more advanced and he's the one who has understood Gita the most. So such sometimes ahankara is so blinding to our consciousness that one even can sidetrack Krishna. What to speak of his guru. So many of the Bhagavad Gita commentaries, this mistake has been done. And what is the proof? आप बोलोगे आपका commentary कैसे अच्छा है, इसकॉन वालों का commentary कैसे अच्छा है, बाकी सबका कैसे अच्छा नहीं. बाकी सब भी बोल सकते हैं कि अरे हमारा भी गुरु शिष्य का लाइन है कृष्ण तक. I can show you, and our commentary is best. So proof is result. Phalene parichate. So if you see the phal, the fruit. So if you go to mango tree and eat mango hapusamba from Ratnagiri, then you know that this is best breed of mangoes in present on this planet. And so we know this tree is mango tree. So Phalene parichate means you see from result which Bhagavad Gita in entire history known till now has produced so many devotees all over the world. No matter they are from America, Europe, Australia, nobody has produced so many devotees first of all. and that too through Bhagavad Gita. Because the result is showing that how pure Bhagavad Gita is, that even person who is not having cultural background, externally seen of Vedic culture, can achieve the topmost goal of understanding Bhagavad Gita, which is essence of all the Upanishads. First of all, Vedas is difficult to understand. Then on that top, philosophy in Vedas, which is in Upanishad, is more difficult to understand. And on top of that, essence of all Vedic knowledge is most difficult to understand. How are these American, Australian people are able to understand? Because the presentation is very authoritative. Prabhupada has presented directly what Krishna wants us to know. So, to an extent that he goes far more beyond that. Every shloka he relates how he should connect to Krishna directly. So that's compassion of Prabhupada and glory of Prabhupada. So any person who has read on one shloka, two shloka, few pages of Bhagavad Gita, he understand at least what is goal of life and what Krishna wants me to do in Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we will see other commentaries. You read entire Bhagavad Gita and you don't know what to do actually in life. It's just some intellectual something you get and some titillation in mind and some appreciation for God, which is good. But then what to do in your life, how to start your spiritual journey is not known. So the glorious thing which Prabhupada did is, first of all, presented authoritative presentation of Buddha, and then in a way that current population can adjust. Anybody from America, Australia, Egypt, Europe, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, kidhar bhi ho, they all can know how to apply this Bhagavad Gita sloka in my life. So that two things Prabhupada very uniquely contributed for the Bhagavad Gita, and result is what? Thousands and lakhs of people become devotee, which is never seen in the history of world. So that's what is the results. And we have Parampara going to Krishna. So two things are very strongly presented here. People may say hundreds of things about this, that, and which presentation is better. So all that attitude is intellectual attitude. They may not have proper attitude to see what Krishna is seeing. And one, we have to be very careful. Bhakti is not dependent at all. Bhakti is never dependent on intelligence. Bhakti is not dependent on your karmic skills. Karmic means how pious you are, kiti punyavan aat, how much punya you have done, how much pious you are, how much rich you are, how much intelligence you are. All these things, bhakti is not dependent on. Bhakti is only dependent on purity of heart, love of heart towards Krishna. Only that person will get bhakti. So even though somebody comes and intellectually proves how his commentary may look like better than what your commentaries are present, then still that doesn't mean that his commentary will produce bhakti, because bhakti is not dependent on intellectual presentation. And of course, nobody is able to challenge this thing. And if they have to challenge, then there are many devotees who can establish intellectually also how this edition of Bhagavad Gita is actually intellectually also right. Not just on bhakti platform, but on intellectual Sanskrit level, grammar level or grammatical level also, this is right. So that's why we have to be very careful about reading other books and other translation of Gita. People might say hundreds of things, but here we have two strong things: authoritatively, one's parampara, coming in parampara, and results are seen. With neutral results. Anybody person reads this Gita immediately transforms. He might be from any part of the world with any background. That's what the reason, the purity of Bhagavad Gita translated by Prabhupada. So that's why we glorify Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Okay, so we'll stop here for today. क्या आप लोगों का टाइम हो गया होगा 6:05 हो गया. Any question anybody has or any other thing? कुणाल प्रभु आपने कंठी माला डाल दिया क्या?
हरे कृष्णा क्या हुआ?
Kunal Prabhu, कंठी माला, you put कंठी माला that day you called na?
Yes.
Oh, so we will thank Kunal Prabhu by chanting one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
हरे
So in Purushottam Mass, Kunal Prabhu has put Kanti Mala like this. So he has declared himself as servant of Krishna openly, and he'll follow the rules.
हरि बोल.
So thank you so much. Very auspicious month you put Kantimala, Purushottam month, and this will remind you that you are servant of Krishna. It helps a lot. Like, although it is like taking some steps in when you go out, food eating, onion, garlic, you have to avoid all this thing, but still you have taken this bold step, convinced your family, they all sanctioned it and given you, so very great achievement. So these are real
Thank you,
achievements.
Prabhu. Very good.
We can have diamond
Yes,
mala
yes.
in the neck, but that is not achievement. This kanti mala, tulsi mala in neck is actually achievement. And of course, we should have heart also. Whatever is in heart, we manifest through that in external. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very good.
Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody has any question or any point, any suggestions, anything not clear?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, ठीक है, we'll continue. प्रणव को, हाँ प्रणव को बोलिए.
I was telling कि can we schedule meetings in advance, like a week before, so that we confirm the
This time
time
is okay. This
before.
time is okay.
This time, yeah, this time's okay.
Then we'll fix this time only. Only if it is changed.
Which is what, 5:30 or 5 o'clock?
For Ashish Prabhu, you're okay? It's 5 to 6 Indian time or 4:45 to 5:45. आपको जल्दी हो जाएगा ना प्रणव को 5:45? Sorry, 4:45.
4:45, 7:15 for me.
So which
It
is
is
okay
fine.
or fine?
Yeah, but can we start
Yeah,
at
if you
5 or
can
something?
start at
If it's fine
4:45,
with Ashish Prabhu.
that's fine.
5 o'clock is better for you. What you saying?
Yeah, it's better with me, Prabhuji. I don't have any problem.
5 o'clock is okay for you, Ashish Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, okay. Then Pranav Prabhu, 5 o'clock or 4:45? What is comfortable?
5 o'clock is fine, Prabhu, as well.
Fine. Then we'll fix this only if it is changed and inform. And yeah, one day before anybody can message also, because I am very forgetful.
Sure.
And, somebody can message one day before at least that yeah, tomorrow we'll have class. And if I am conscious of it, I will message in the group.
Yes, Prabhu. Sure.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. So any other thing you had?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu Nityananda,
Krishna.
Shri Advaita
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.